Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now I'll be covering the final round walkthrough of the Power Tool Tournament 9-hole cup. This will be the rookie division. On the two rookie accounts that I played the final round on, I shot a -14 on each. One sitting in first, the other one sitting in third. I don't think they'll hold. I mean, there's a lot of people left to play, but all in all, this is a more difficult course to drop shots on. And they didn't really do us any favors in the final round as far as wind angle goes. But I'll go ahead and hop into the replays here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you like the content. I hope that you subscribe, and I hope everybody hits the thumbs up button before you leave. Let's go to hole number one. Now, hole number one, we do have direct headwind. We also had headwind mixed with crosswind from right to left in the qualifying round. So if you don't want to try to take the drive that I'm getting ready to show you, you can always try to play it the same way that I did on my qualifying round walkthrough. But with this being a final round, I'm going to take a much riskier drive because it does allow us for shot number two to be a very easy rough bump to drop for an eagle. I do believe that picking up an eagle on hole number one is really going to start to separate you from the rest of the competition because a lot of players are not going to be able to execute the drive and they're going to have a lot harder eagle opportunities. So yes, we will be playing over the rough and over the sand, driving to the right-hand side. The biggest things you need to remember is you need to do a bag change before you head into hole number one. You do need to pack your runner and you do need to pack your Goliath, as both of those clubs give us a great top spin. Most rookie players will have that. If you're an advanced rookie player and you have big clubs, you can definitely bring a Hornet if you would prefer that club. All right, so here we go. We are going to go 6 bars of top spin if you had it, combined with 3 bars of side spin to the right. Here you see that I'm going to line up with my yellow ring on the rough line. I'm not in any type of plus yardage or anything of my driver, so we can play it at mid distance. Mid or max, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a 0.1 difference as far as the ring pull goes. Here I'm not using overpower, but I am going with max curl to the right on an extra mile 8. Now, we do need the yards on this drive, which is why I'm using a Kingmaker. You could take the drive with a Katana, but you're not going to get the yardage that you need in order to execute this shot right here. If you have a Power 4 ball, that would be much preferred, and it would also make the drive a little bit easier. Lower level extra mile players, you'll probably have to use a Power 4 or Power 5 ball to get this type of shot into this range. Here you see I go with enough topspin to get my ball guideline going completely through the hole. And you notice here I have 6 bars of top on, no side spin. So 6 top, no side spin. Yellow ring right there on the rough. I decided to go ahead and play it 0% at max. And the shot is very consistent. I dropped it on both of my accounts. It was really no issue at all. All right, that is hole number one. Now we'll head on to hole number two. Now hole number two here, 40% at max. I will say that although that I shot a -14, when you take a look at all of the replays here, it will add up to a -16. I dropped this shot in practice. Unfortunately, didn't drop it in real mode due to a couple great shots, go figure. So this is one hole that I do have a hole-in-one on, but it wasn't on my scorecard because I didn't get it when it counted. Here I'm going with 3 bars of top spin combined with 1 bar of side spin to the left. Now, the thing that I want to tell you is I do want you to reduce this top spin. I want you to go 2.7 top, but go ahead and keep the 1 bar of side spin to the left. The reason we're reducing the top spin is because this ball comes in hot. I am very lucky to make it here. If not, I would have probably gone past the pin. You see here at the bottom of the screen, we have the red ring at the rough combined with the ball guideline going directly center through the hole. There's a good look at the red ring. Here I make my wind adjustment. Take a normal shot, hit perfect, and like I said, this ball does come in hot, but it does come in dead center, and it does pick up the hole-in-one. See that? About knocked the pin in half, but that's all right. So that gives us a good look at it. Like I said, reduce the top spin a little bit so that it doesn't come in as hot on you, okay? And now we'll go to hole number 3. Hole number 3, we'll play this one at 0% at max. Now, I do pick up an albatross here, which is nice. 2 bars of side spin to the left combined with, about 0.2 to 0.3 top. We don't need to push the drive too hard, but we do want to make sure that we get into that sniper max distance range. Because we don't want to accidentally roll into the rough at the top there either. So I feel like this was a good shot for the drive, leaving us with shot number 2. First thing you're going to do is just apply your backspin. We're going to go 2 bars of backspin, and then we're going to find the landing spot, which I'll pause and show you, and then we'll pull 10% at max. So there's our landing spot. Notice that I am aiming at basically at the corner of that dark green square. So you can either pick the top left hand or the bottom right hand of the corner, depending on which dark green square that you're looking at, but you should be able to tell what I'm talking about. So on 3.3 mile per hour wind here, I make it on this account. On my other account, I had, I want to say it was 3.0 exactly, and I rolled the cup to the left. So albatross on one account, the shot was at the cup, but it did a little swirl around the cup and then rolled out. So this shot's very consistent. It looks good. So that one's dead center. So, maybe in a little bit less wind, we need to just move our target over by a fraction to the right. Okay, that's my advice for hole number 3, but I think you'll be pretty close with that 2 bars of backspin and aiming right in that general area. Hole number 4, I don't have a whole lot to show you here, as 9-hole cup. I didn't really waste any practice tokens on this hole. I decided just to take it as a birdie, and if I got a hole in one, then I would just call it luck. Here I went with max backspin minus 1 bar, so that I could go ahead and combine it with about 2.5 bars of side spin to the right. So 2.5 right and then as much backspin as possible should put you at max backspin minus 1 bar. Here I'm going to push my rings because that sand trap can really distort your rings when you pull your rings the other way. I do go with the normal shot. You can see here I go with no curl. You can see where my landing position was. If you'd like to try to tweak this shot for a hole-in-one, I mean, it's definitely there. This gives you a really good basis point to see that we're off by about 1.5 green squares. So you can add a little bit of curl if you wanted to that shot and try to get that one to drop. Obviously, completely up to you. But now we go to hole number 5. Hole number 5 is a difficult par 5, especially when you're going to get back-to-back headwind. Like I said, the game didn't do us any favors. We're going to go 6 top combined with 3 bars of side spin to the left. And here you'll notice that I back up to the plus 10 just so I can pull my rings accurately. We probably need to back up a little bit more. But what I'm trying to highlight here is I'm just aiming right down the middle of the fairway. Aim down the middle of the fairway, pull your rings. You don't have to get too crazy with the drive. You don't need to push your drive hard. You don't need to use, a lot of overpower. You just want to make sure that you hit perfect so that you land on the fairway, because the most difficult part of this hole is going to be shot number 2. So shot number 2, we're going to be getting obviously headwind again, and we don't want to take any unnecessary gambles on shot number 2. What I mean is you don't want to sit here and try to blast this thing up the fairway, because if you hit a great left, you'll probably end up in the rough. If you hit a great right, you'll probably end up in the sand unless you're lucky. You could probably get away with minor greats like I do here, but you don't want to go too crazy with this one, because if you leave it short, you're going to have a very easy wedge shot to pick up your eagle. So don't think you need to get on green to make this a possibility. I don't even adjust for elevation. I just try to aim right down the middle between the rough and that sand trap, and I try to hit perfect with a little bit of left curl. You see here that even though I hit a minor great shot, I'm still fine. This is perfect. There's nothing wrong with being here on a difficult par 5. Just take it, and look how easy the wind angle is here. we're basically going to be getting direct headwind when we go to adjust our shot, just like this. This is like second base case scenario outside of getting perfect tailwind. Here you just apply your max topspin, you get the ball guideline going through the back of the cup, you hit perfect, and the ball's going in the hole. It's just like making a putt. Keep it easy, keep it simple, don't overthink it, take your eagle, and then move on to hole number 6. Hole number 6 is a shot in which we can drop. We're going to go 10% at max. Now, there's two ways you can play this hole, okay? You can go aggressive like me and just play the rough bump with the P5 ball, or this is best case win scenario, to take the same type of shot that we did on hole number 1, where we're going to line up over here on the right-hand side of the fairway, and then you're just going to curl the ball a little bit over the sand trap and rough and land up here on the top part of the fairway. You're going to try to land at the same spot that I did. But this is how I always play the hole. I have a ton of berserkers on this account because I've had success in rookie tournaments, which, you know, they give away berserkers now. So for me, this is the easiest way to approach it. But again, in this wind angle, it's the best wind angle to play the bounce over shot by far. Pretty easy to do too. I like this shot here because I know that every time I hit this one, as long as I hit this rough bump and I roll out, I'm going to be at a minus 10% shot at minimum distance with my thorn. Now, the biggest thing is that I'm disappointed on is I only dropped this on one account because for some reason on this hole, I tend to hit great all the time. Keep in mind, this is a very high level thorn. This Big Daddy account, I know you're used to seeing this on my pro content, but as you can see here, it dropped down to rookie division. I forgot to play a couple games last week to get this account to stay in pro. So that was very annoying. So I had to play rookie on this account. You can do this shot with any level thorn. Keep in mind, Adam from over there at Paws and Putts will be posting the text guides, and he'll play it with a lower level thorn as well. But you'll be good to go here. This one I'm just aiming right down the center after applying a little bit of backspin, minus 10% elevation at minimum distance. It looks like here on this replay, I might have accidentally added a little bit of right curl, maybe just a minor amount, which is what makes this ball go right. So just, be very careful on your pulls and make sure you try to just pull dead center and then hit perfect. All right, hole number 7, very, very close to the hole-in-one here. 30% at max. Max backspin, 1 bar of side spin to the right. Here you can see that I'm going to be aiming pin high. Ball guideline going past the cup. So you can kind of see exactly just like this where I am aiming. Now you'll notice here that when I make my ring pull, and if I hit perfect, we're going to be really, really close to getting this ball in the hole. And a lot of people don't pick up the hole-in-ones on this hole. So if you're able to get this one to drop, that would be fantastic. And again, another big leg up on the competition. We might need to aim just a tad bit higher as we come in a little bit short. But as you can see here, we leave the ball right at the pin. So start up a little bit higher on the hole. If you're in competition to win, you should know heading into hole number 7 how you're looking in the standings. Take a practice ball or two. Try to get this one down, because if you can get it down, again, big hole to pick up a hole-in-one on to help you win. 10% at max on hole number 8. This one we're going to go with 3 bars of backspin. And then same thing, I'm backing up here to the +1 so that I can accurately pull my rings, aiming right down the middle of the fairway. Normal shot with no overpower. All we're trying to do is hit perfect here. We just want to land on the shot on the fairway to give ourselves a chance for shot number 2. Shot number 2, going to be more difficult scenario to drop it as far as the wind goes. You're going to see here my shot is 10% at mid. I want you to try 0% at mid, because for me, this shot, I'm not even close to making it, so we need to take off, quite a few rings. And I don't even think the 0% at mid is going to be enough, but, that's where I would start. we're all able to take a look at the replay here and see that I missed this one significantly to the right-hand side, which means I just pulled too many rings. So 4.3 miles an hour here. You know, I'm pulling at about 4.2 rings. So almost 1-to-1, but not quite. But again, you're going to see here that with the perfect ball, even with the wind blowing from right to left, we still miss this one by a mile to the right-hand side. Now, the speed is good. Like, it comes in at a good speed, but we really need to fix that shot by quite a bit. All right, hole number 9. Hole number 9, let's talk about this one for a second. We're going to play the drive 10% at max. If you're a lower-level rookie player, you're going to have to probably bring your big dog for shot number 2. If you really, really want to gamble, you can bring your Horizon and try a rough bump. If you're going to do that, you can do it with a Kingmaker if you want. It's going to be tough. Or, if you have like a power 4 ball or a power 5 ball, that's going to be more beneficial. Now, you're going to want a power 4 ball and a power 5 ball with at least 2 bars of side spin, preferably 3. And you're going to want decent wind resistance too. So either wind resistance 2, wind resistance 3, or better. So not a lot of people will have balls like that. I'm just talking through different strategies. Most players are going to need to bring a big dog or Horizon. I'm going to show you a sniper approach, but you'll see that I have to go with overpower for the rough bump on shot number 2. So it's not the most best way, I should say, to play the shot. 6 bars of top spin combined with 3 bars of side spin to the right. Do not accidentally overpower your shot, as you could drive the rough. Here, normal shot, full curl, full right curl with your extra miles. Now you can see here this drive comes in very nicely. It's nice having the side spin 3 ball because we do want to get as far right-hand side on this fairway as possible. Now again, like I said, I'll take shot number 2 here with the sniper rough bump. But again, most players are going to need to bring a big dog and do the bounce over shot like I showed you in qualifying. Or you can bring your Horizon and try to go with top spin and side spin with your ball guideline going through the hole. But you see here with the Sniper 10, I have to aim way, way deep into the rough here, which is obviously going to be very dangerous. I make my pull, and I know that I'm going to have to go with overpower to even have a chance. Now, I didn't have to go with a lot of overpower, but I hit a very nasty, great shot to the right. But still, it was okay. I make it through the rough. I roll out. The speed is good. You know, who knows what would have happened with the perfect shot. I don't think it would have been in, but it would have obviously been closer. So it is possible to take the ball with the power or the shot with a P3 ball and a sniper. Hey, that's it. I'll start playing pro next. I'll get as much pro out as I can before work, and then I'll try to release some throughout the day. I hope you subscribe. I hope you hit thumbs up, and I wish you the best of luck. Thanks, everybody.